Good morning, everyone. I am Nadsde A. Pait, and together with my co-reporter, Ms. Timmy Jane Umpad and Gisame Buog, we're going to report about the curriculum mapping and curriculum quality audit. But before we formally discuss about the curriculum mapping and curriculum quality audit, let us first read the objectives. So first is define curriculum mapping and curriculum quality audit. Explain the benefits of curriculum mapping and curriculum quality audit, and familiarize oneself with some examples of curriculum maps. Since we're done in defining the curriculum design, let us first review the meaning of it. So what is curriculum design? So a curriculum design is reflected in a written curriculum, either lesson plan, syllabus, unit plan, or a bigger curriculum like K-12 curriculum. So at what Ms. Maan have said last report, a lesson plan is one of the example of curriculum design. So a teacher can plan or design the above mentioned by starting in doing the curriculum map. Curriculum design is an ongoing process. So as the needs of learners change, as society changes, and new technology and knowledge appears, the curriculum must change. So it simply means that curriculum is not static, but it is dynamic, or it is changeable. Okay, it is mentioned here that by doing the curriculum, so we have to start in doing the curriculum map. So what is curriculum map or curriculum mapping? So according to Hilda and Dunlap 2019, the curriculum mapping is a model for designing, refining, upgrading, and reviewing the curriculum, resulting in a framework that provides form, focus, and function. So it helps the teacher to understand what does she needs to teach, how she'll teach it to the class, and how learning outcomes or the objectives is attained or assessed. And also, it is a method to align instruction with desired goals and program outcomes. It is not a one-time initiative but a continuing action, which involves the teacher and other stakeholders who have common concern. In making curriculum mapping, this can be done by teacher alone or stakeholders, the teacher who have the same content with the other teacher, the whole school or district, or the educational system. Syempre, it is very important because it allows teachers and administrators to focus on balance between the content and across curricula. So, as what you have remembered last sem or last school year, we are given a task by Sir Errol, and it is a curriculum mapping. So, the task is we're going to identify the content standard, the objective, the lesson, and the learning outcomes of a specific subject. Okay. There are common questions that are asked by different stakeholders about the curriculum mapping. So there are 5 questions included in this report. So the first one is, what do my students learn? Unsa kaha ang dapat matun-an or matun-an sa ako ang mga students at the end of the school year? Unsa akong dapat itudlo sa ilaha? Then, unsa ang mga nagkalain-lain nga strategies nga dapat akong i-implement sa ilaha? The second one is, what do they study in the first quarter? So the curriculum mapping, this helps the teachers or other educators to track on what are the topic or lessons that they taught to their students. So if you track to the curriculum mapping, for instances, about the parts of the plant. So you can track what are the subtopics you taught to your students, what are the learning outcomes, the content standard of that specific topic. The third one is, what are they studying in the school throughout the year? So in curriculum mapping, for instances sa katong gipabuhat sa to ni Sir Errol last school year is makita nato dito ang nagkasunod-sunod nga mga topic about the biology and chemistry from the first quarter to the last quarter, or within a school year. The learning outcomes of that specific topic nga naa sa curriculum mapping. The fourth one is, do my co-teachers who handle the same subject cover the same content, achieve the same outcomes, use similar strategies? So by scanning the curriculum mapping, so you can see if for example, science, I am a science teacher and my other co-teacher is a science teacher, so I can ask if same ba mig learning outcomes, same ba mig content standard, same ba among mga strategies on how are we going to implement this to class and how are we going to teach this to our learners. The next one, or the last question, is about how do I help my students understand the connection between my subjects and other subjects within a year. In the question number 5, so this tells that how are you going to, or how, for example, how me as a teacher, how am I how do I integrate the other subject to the other subject? For example, how I am going to integrate the math subject to the science subject within a year or within a school year. Those 5 are some of the questions of the different stakeholders in the curriculum mapping. So there are other questions, but it is not included in our report. Next one, we have benefits of curriculum mapping. So we have 5 benefits of curriculum mapping. So the first one is, curriculum mapping ensures alignment of the desired learning outcomes, learning activities, and assessment of learning. So the alignment that this entails in educating students, including for example, the assessments, the lessons, and other techniques to facilitate their learning, and the alignment of their learning to across the lessons or across the lessons. It is very essential to align the learning outcomes or the objectives to the lesson of a specific subject. By aligning this, you can easily track your students' ability or their capacity to do or to learn the lesson. And if they learn that lesson, you can identify it if na-attain ba nila ang objective, if you will give some assessment or what we call formative assessment at the end of a lesson or a topic. The next one is, curriculum mapping addresses the gaps or repetition in curriculum. The curriculum mapping allows the teachers to look into each classroom and see what children learn or what the learners learn, and helps them gather data on redundancies or gaps in the course content. So if the teachers can identify what the students learn, they can easily understood what are the gaps or unsay kulang sa ilahang process of their learning throughout the year or throughout the school year. The next one is curriculum mapping verifies, clarifies, and establishes alignment between what students do in their courses and what is taught in the classroom and assessed as their learning. So, as what I have said earlier, it helps the teacher to identify the gaps and redundancies in the course content or the lesson. So, the curriculum mapping helps to address the misalignment for purposes of like improving the course study and how it is effective to the students, or unsa ba siya ka-effective sa process of students learning. The next one is the curriculum maps visually show important elements of the curriculum and how they contribute to students learning. So the curriculum mapping is very important because it allows teacher and administrators to focus on balance between the content across curricula. Meaning they can easily identify what the curriculum or what are the things that the curriculum helps the students to learn, or how it helps the student to achieve the desired learning outcomes in a specific lesson. And the last benefit is the curriculum mapping connects all initiatives from instruction, pedagogies, assessment, and professional development. It facilitates the integration of cross-curricular skills. By mapping the curriculum, this can help educators to take a student-centered approach to instruction. Okay, by visualizing the curriculum, educators can identify opportunities to, for example, differentiated instruction, address individual students' needs, and provide the appropriate support and challenges to every student. That's all for my report, and Ms. Jessa will continue and explain the curriculum mapping process and some examples of curriculum map.